everyone, so I wanted to do some aquarium tips today on my set. I'm going to do the tips first and show you how I do them. So this one I made as a stiletto, and this one is just a regular tip you find on eBay. It doesn't have any curves to it, it's just a regular one. And then this one is the actual C curve from Sally's, and it's actually a really deep C curve right there. You could tell. See, it's like C curve. This one has it like this, but it's more flat. So this one's going to be on the nail bed, and this one is going to go on top. So I'm doing it this way because it's a lot easier. I had measured this tip. This was a tip that I had bought to match this clear one. So probably need a little bit more filing, but that's okay. So before I glue on the tip, this is what I usually do. I match it up. I get a smaller size. This is the smaller size from this size. So this one, I don't know. This one's a size 7 and this one's smaller. And what I do is I turn them upside down and I pinch the bottom like this. When you pinch the bottom, then you can see inside of it where it has like that little gap in there. So pinch it, and then you come with your glue or acrylic or whatever. Well, in this case I will be doing this with acrylic because acrylic lasts longer. The glue separates after the water because of the water. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little small bead of acrylic, and I'm going to put this right here because this is where I want the tip to go. Wipe my brush and then lift up with my finger and then smash down. So don't cut this tip just yet. Okay, so once you have that glued down, then you want to get more. This part is going to be covered, and it's going to be actually cut off and filed off. Just make sure that this part is extra strong so it doesn't crack off when you file. So this is what it should look like this, like it's overlapped. And then if you look inside, there's still that gap in there for the water. And if you look at it through here, this is what it will look like. Okay, so while this is hot, this part right here gets hot, then you want to push in. Okay, you're going to hold it in that corner, and then you're going to work on the sides. You won't see the acrylic because we're going to cover that up. So we're going to work on the sides, and we're going to seal the sides with acrylic. And make sure when you seal it, make sure there is no air pockets, and make sure you have just enough acrylic in there or water will come out, or whatever you're using. I'm just going to use water. Regular water works for me. So this time I just pat on that edge just to seal it all the way down. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, and then I'm going to do it again on the other. And we're going to repeat all the way down. Okay, so now we're going to wait till it completely dries. See, it's right there. And then always check in the middle. You still have that gap. That stuff. So we're going to wait till it completely dries, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now that it dries, we're going to cut the tip on the bottom. I couldn't record that part because it had died. Okay, so now you have this left. Hold this and cut up like this, because we're just going to file the axis off, all the rest of it stuff off. This is why I said make sure it dries, because if it's not dried, then it's gonna It's gonna lift. So then you're gonna take your file and then you're just gonna file to even to make it match. So you're gonna file it to the same shape as the one on top or the one on the bottom, because you have to seal the bottom. I had filed all of this down to where it looks like this, and I also took my sanding band and I blended the acrylic in with the nail tip on both sides, the side, and then the tip. So now I'm going to take my acrylic again and I'm going to seal up those little spots up there, like on the sides. I like to do this kind of in a thick because this gives you like enough to file off. If you do it too thin, then you won't have enough to file off. But if you do it too watery, then it's gonna go inside the tip like it did now. So this is what I usually like to do when that happens. So I take my syringe and I just move it back like this. Okay, so now that I filed and I glued on the tip, I have blended the tip with my natural nail and I dehydrated and primed. Now, this could be very, very thick, but if you do it this way, I feel like you'll get a lot more out of it. So, as you could tell, if you look deep in there, you can still tell there's a gap in there. And this is where your acrylic is going to go, your mix or whatever you chose. So I chose this from my friend Christina. And it's just a cute yellow and pink, and you got some glitter up in there. And I just felt, well, you know, I really want to do something really nice to set. So this is called Strawberry Lemonade. So thank you for Christina for sending it to me. And so before I put the mix on, then I'm going to come with my primer and prime the nails. Well, this primer I have to prime twice, so. And then once you prime the nails, then come and seal your natural nails before you put anything like water or anything in there. So we're going to seal first. And what I'm talking about, just that's too much. Just thin, so you don't have to worry about getting water actually on your natural nails. So let's do this first. You don't want to brush it down, you just want to then brush it down. You don't want to cover that gap that you have, but you definitely want to make sure that you're very secure there, because you don't want to get any infection because of the water. So okay, so after it's dry with the tip or whatever you have, then you could go ahead and put it in there. Just take some practice, because sometimes I have a hard time pushing mine in there, but it fell in there. So you can actually get a lot in there using this way. The other aquarium tips that I bought, the already pre-made ones, I didn't like those too much. Wasted my money on them. Actually kind of made me mad a little bit. So there it is. Okay, so I feel like I have enough goodies in there, trapped up in there. Okay, so now I'm coming with this syringe. This syringe actually came with the whole aquarium tips. I'm not sure where else you could find this, but if you have anything like this, this will work. Fill it up with water, pull it up, and then it squirts out. So do a test first, because this will cause, if you don't do this first, get all the air out, you'll get air pocket, and I don't want no air pockets. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up. Okay, so it's filled up, and this is just regular water. And I'm going to fill this up. Start from the corners like this. Usually go in here, because sometimes that's where it all traps and stuff. If it overflows, that's fine. Get yourself a towel, and then that'll be good. I think there's too much in there. Just a little bit of water. Okay. So after I filed all the excess acrylic on top that made it all thick and bulky and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to seal this with a thin base gel. And this is very, very thin. And I'm going to go from and go all the way down. And we're going to seal it all with the gel. Our Struck gel polish 100% LED size, so I could get that glittery effect on there. Okay, so here I am showing you what it would look like just with water. And I just want to say thank you for watching my video. I hope this helped you. This is my way of how I do aquarium, and it lasts a really, really long time, and I just love it. So thank you guys for watching, and I would hope to see you in the next video, you guys. Till next time.